I'd like to start a little multi-part series here looking at the chords of Brian Wilson's composition Surf's Up. So it's originally meant to be on the Smile album. It ended up on an album by the name of Surf's Up in a different form. Brian Wilson eventually redid it with a new band and issued it as the Complete Smile project. If you're interested, I can put a link to it in the description below. If you've not yet done so and you're enjoying the content, please do subscribe to the channel, like, share, and leave a comment. Share it with friends or on forums that you think might be interested in this very particular kind of thing. If you'd ever care to send me a tip, that would be very nice indeed. My PayPal information's there in the description below. And here we're going to go through the opening section, the first part of Surf's Up. Some stretchy chords in places. So we're starting here with D, F, G, B flat. So it's a little bit like G minor 7 with a D in the bass. Most of the piano voicings are 4 notes in the right hand and 1 note in the bass. So in the case of this chord, I think the piano chord is that with this bass note. I've omitted any doubling. So if the bass is playing a D, I'm not adding a D. So these are going to be lacking a voice. But I've tried to get them really as close to the feeling and the flavor as possible. So the rhythm here, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Good for independence between your thumb and your fingers if you haven't done this kind of syncopation. It all begins on beat 1 with a grab. The upper part of the chord is just quarter notes, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. And that'll be a common rhythmic pattern throughout. So 10, 10, 8, 6. For those of you following along at home, I hope you have your guitars and that these lessons can find you on a good day when you really feel like looking for new sounds, or you've always wanted perhaps to know what the chords in this song were. Next chord here we have what looks like a little F triad over G. I think it's fair to think of them that way. F triad over G. So he's just playing an F triad with the right hand and a G bass note. This really should be this bass note down here, but again, there's no way I could get that C on top and make a reasonable chord. So we're going to have G, F, A, C. And it's that same rhythm, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. It goes back to now we come to the part that really always grabs my attention. 2 beats each mostly. Regular old B flat major 7. I've only had to omit the B flat. He's actually got this kind of A and B flat next to each other in seconds. But again, for purposes of playability, I thought we'd do this way. So B flat A, D, F, 6, 7, 7, 6. 2 beats. This is pretty accurate to what he's playing. Now it's a B flat triad over G minor 7, sorry. But you could also just look at it as we've talked about with slash chords, a B flat triad with something else in the bass. So G, B flat, D, F, 3, 3, 3, 1. And make sure that chord fits in the camera here. So there's B flat over G, or G minor 7. Now we get this nice thing. Second inversion, F chord, F with a C in the bass. And what looks like a little diminished chord, but it's just C7 really. And then we're going to get D over C. You can kind of hear the vocal line in there. I hope if you know the song. 8, 10, 10, 10, C, C, F, A, C, B flat, E, G, 8, 8, 9, 8. And now, third inversion D chord, or just D triad over C. See my video on slash chords if you like these sounds. 8, 7, 7, 7. So it's some pretty nice things all put over that C bass note. So now it gets really consonant. It's a G chord with D in the bass. Second inversion G chord. 10, 9, 7, 8. D, B, D, G. Very primary color here. So from F over C, C7, it's a D7 with the flat 7 in the bass, or D over C. And now brighten up. So the bass has made this kind of walk. And now we're supposed to get, this is the actual chord from the piano. This is an A triad with a G in the bass. I'll give it to you for fun. 3, 7, 6, 5. Luckily we don't get the E on top, but we get the feeling of it. G, E, A, C sharp. 3, 2, 2, 2. So from G over D. Sorry. And now we're going to get some D chords. And now full on D with a D in the bass. So we're going to play D, A, D, F sharp. And it slows down way here. 10, 12, 12, 11. 10, 12, 12, 11. And then upper part of a D chord. D, F sharp, A, D. 11, 10, 10. So D, that'll end part 1 here. And with any luck, I'll get to part 2 and be able to show you the middle section. There are a lot of chords in this song, but they're quite beautiful. I hope someone out there is happy to at least get their hands on some of these sounds. Hope you can integrate them into your own playing and writing. As always, I wish you a very, very good day.